Um, so those are the two legends. So as I mentioned, this is an all Liszt concert. But who was Liszt? So Liszt was a classical composer during the Romantic period. He was Hungarian, but he didn't speak Hungarian. He knew Italian, German, and French. But his parents were Hungarian, and he always was proud to be part of the culture. He was probably the greatest piano virtuoso ever. He would perform better than most people ever could at like age 12 or younger. He could sight read pieces, like very challenging pieces without ever having seen them before. And he was just incredibly talented. But he was also a really influential composer. He really tried to reimagine music, I guess, and push it into the future. And a lot of people consider him the most important composer after Beethoven. And so he invented the symphonic poem and other types of musical techniques and ways of writing. So yeah, he was also, he was probably the first superstar, so to speak, of music. He was the first person to give recitals and concerts, at least solo concerts. Usually before that, multiple performers would present their pieces, but he was the first to do long concerts by himself. He also created a lot of hysteria. He was considered really handsome for the time, but he was also just very expressive in his playing and just so good that people would like tear off pieces of his clothing and hair or save his cigar butts and things like that. And so people dubbed it Listomania. And some people even thought it was like a disease because they'd never seen anything like it before. But yeah, so he's a really interesting figure. He transformed music in a lot of ways. He also changed the way that concerts and performances were done. And he's my favorite composer. He also, because he was so good, he wrote very challenging pieces. So a lot of his repertoire is very difficult, but it is really pretty or really cool to listen to. And I think very expressive, which is what I like about it. The next pieces I'm going to play, I'll start off with Un Sospiro, which translates to a sigh. It's one of Liszt's 3 concert etudes, and it's just a really pretty piece that he composed. The next piece is Auf dem Wasser zu singen, which is a piano transcription of a Lieder song, which is like a piece that is sung by Schubert. And Liszt was known for doing lots of transcriptions for piano or for duets or things like that. He loved reimagining pieces that were already written by other composers. And then after Auf dem Wasser zu singen, I will play Valley de Obermann, which is Obermann's Valley. He wrote it while he was traveling throughout Europe, and he wrote a lot of pieces based off of sites he saw there. But interestingly, Obermann's Valley is a location that doesn't exist, and it's supposed to symbolize kind of a mythical valley or place of longing. And yeah, we'll go till there.